Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
I am very organized. You may have noticed that about me. And so I get out my spreadsheet that I have from the year before.
I've noticed.
Yes. What fresh hell?
Laughing in the Face of Motherhood with Margaret Abels
And Amy Wilson.
I will say at our house, Santa is the least of the problem.
A podcast that solves today's parenting dilemmas.
So you don't have to.
Let it be wrapped horribly. Let it not be perfect.
A lot of the gifts they won't remember, but they will remember the traditions. They'll remember the things you did together. Welcome to the podcast. This is Meg.
This is Amy, and this week we're talking about the holiday craziness. How do we handle it or not? I might not handle it that well. This might not be a good topic for me.
You're just going to skip it this year. Christmas is canceled, kids.
I love Christmas. I'm a big Christmas. I love to decorate. I love to give presents, but year after year, on December 26th, I tell myself that it's going to be different, down 10 notches next year, and then it never is.
And then what happens come like day after Thanksgiving? You've just forgotten, or you just can't bring yourself to not go all out?
Well, I'll tell you what, but first I do want to say that this episode might contain some mommy secrets, so it might be best if this one's just for the parents listening, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you feel
good point.
me.
Good point.
Before I continue. So I'm going to give
behind the scenes glimpse of the holidays.
It's a behind the scene glimpse of what it's like to be a mom at the holidays. You know what? I am very organized. You may have noticed that about me. And so I get out my spreadsheet that I have from the year before.
I've noticed.
Yes. And I look at my
organized is one word for
organized is my and yes, and I say like on December 25th, I think absolutely not. I am not doing this again next year. But I have a child who is a sort of love measurer and present counter of the highest order.
Love measurer meaning like is keeping the spreadsheet of like, did I get exactly the same amount of presents?
In all things.
Always.
In all things. How much apple cider, how much Halloween candy, how much attention, right? And so I always
love
feel
measurer. I've never heard that before. That's hilarious.
Absolutely. And so it it doesn't matter if it's socks or an iPhone, it's amount of items. The piles.
Interesting. So is it your son or daughter?
It's my son. I feel bad outing him, but it's one of my two sons.
You won't say which one. It's one of them. So
it's
the other one
that you would expect to be a love measure of the highest order if you're looking for birth order.
That's interesting. So he doesn't. It's number. Like the number has to be exactly correct.
Yeah, or just the pile. He's not literally counting presents, but the piles have to have some sort of relationship to each other. And
I feel like we should say before we go any further in this discussion that you and I are both New York Catholics. So this is going to be a very Christmas heavy discussion.
Right.
Definitely, like people celebrate all sorts of different holidays at this time of the year. And our perspective, we recognize, is a little bit limited in that we're both like from big Irish families who have traditional Christmases.
Although, I talk to my Jewish friends and they're all like, oh, Hanukkah. Like Hanukkah used to be this nice minor holiday and now it's 8 nights with major gifts and they have to get a little bigger each night. And like you can take the crazy chain.
You can draw parallels from our experience without a doubt.
Kwanzaa has sort of 5 themes, right? And I don't know if there's a present related to each one, but if I had to have themed presents, that would be really stressful.
That would be bad. That would be really bad.
Well, so anyway, I 56% of parents per a parenting survey.
You've got statistics.
Yes.
You're leading with statistics.
Say that they would like to make Christmas a little bit smaller than it was last year. They were asked this in 2011.
I'm so surprised it's not 98%.
Right.
I don't know anyone who's like, you know what? Christmas was too relaxing last year. Let's go bigger this time. I've never had that conversation.
But I guess my question for this week as we head into this is, can you dial down Christmas? Can you dial it back, especially when you still have Santa believers? Once the sort of baseline has been established of presents as far as the eye can see, can you really dial it back without?
You can. I am here to say you can, because I want to believe that's true. I have little ones, 4, 6, and 8. And this has sort of been the fight of my life. And I'm definitely losing right now the battle back against Christmas presents. But my sister-in-law, who had similarly wacky Christmases when her kids were younger, when they became like tweens and teens, they really dial back and they established a Christmas tradition of doing a family trip, like something that they would all sort of be excited for together. And that became their Christmas. And so they have successfully dialed back on gift giving. It can be done. I have seen it.
I'm in a kind of a weird moment where I'm not sure about my 3rd grader, where we're at, if she still thinks the elves are bringing the presents. I don't know. And it's definitely a don't ask, don't tell moment, which is weird. And
for both of you, probably.
For both of us. And I'm wondering if I should send in my 8th grader to do, a stealth mission.
Talking to. Listen, kid.
You know what I mean? And I certainly don't want to bring it up if I'm reading it wrong, but she was wearing this cute little jacket and her friend said, "I like your jacket. Where did you get it?" And she said, "I got it for Christmas." And I heard that hitch and I knew, and it killed me because I love being Santa. I love it. I love it. And I guess it's over. And so maybe this is the perfect opportunity.
That's fine. But I will say at our house, Santa is the least of the problem.
Really?
Santa is not the issue. I've got no beef with Santa.
Who brings too many presents at your house?
Everybody else. We have a big family. For my in-laws, my kids are the first grandchildren. And then they have, I've lost count, but what do they have? I don't know, a dozen aunts and uncles at this point, maybe more. It's just a cavalcade of presents from every direction. My kids' Christmas list last year was like, I can't remember, but it was like some figure from a movie, some Star Wars thing. And then one was a book and the other one was like a jacket it was simple, easy stuff. They weren't out of control with their Santa list, but then the problem is we do Santa gifts in the morning. They're under the tree. Then we have like breakfast, we go to church, we come back, and then in the afternoon, we do a present exchange, a family present exchange, and that's where the trouble starts.
It gets really,
There's just mountainous piles of presents in every direction as far as the eye can see. And like the story that I always tell about Christmas is that I was reading The Grinch Who Stole Christmas to my kids last year, and they were very excited for Christmas. And then, of course, the Grinch comes and steals all their presents and the food and everything about Christmas and takes it away. And then the Who's still have Christmas. And my kids were baffled by this story. They just kept being like, wait, I don't understand why they're happy they took the present. And I'm like, oh, honey, because Christmas was in their hearts.
Bahu Rahu.
And they're just like, wait, what does that mean, Christmas in their hearts? He took the presents. And it basically ended with me shrieking like, Christmas was in their hearts at my children. And it's one of those messages that you send to kids. It's like, oh, Christmas is in your hearts, but our living room is filled to the ceiling with presents.
We have solved that problem.
You kind of can't sell both messages at the same time.
No, you can't. You can't.
And clearly, like, my kids are missing it.
My love measurer, just last night, we were talking about Christmas because I sort of brought it up last night knowing I was going to be talking about this today.
Are you the inventor of the term love measurer?
Perhaps. Should I TM?
Please, copyright that. Everyone send Amy $1 if you use the term love measurer.
My love measurer said last night, he said, I know it's supposed to be better to give than to receive, but it's not. It's not.
Right. I mean, the great thing about kids is like all this like Yahoo door, right? It's like, give me my stuff.
Right.
And back away slowly.
So I announced to my kids last night at at our family dinner, which was a disaster, because like trying to get everybody to just sit down, just sit at the table for 25 seconds without hopping up to get some alternative to my dinner that doesn't pass muster with them. They're all hopping up to get hot sauce or whatever. But I said, okay, sit down, everybody. This is what we're going to do this year. Because my kids are 13, almost 14, 12, and 9. And they don't really buy presents for people yet. Like in the past, it's been, what do you think your cousin would like? And then I just get it on Amazon or whatever. And I feel like the meaning of giving gifts and the joy of giving gifts is complete. They haven't had that experience. So I explained to them this year that this year they can have a budget that we'll set, and they're going to buy me a present, their father a present, and each of their siblings a present. And I'm going to take them to the mall, and they're going to shop, and they're going to pick it out, and they're going to come home and wrap it. And, one of them has a tutor at school. You're going to pick out what that tutor is going to get, and I'll take you to get it. And again, like, I feel like every week we talk about this, of course, means more work for me, not less, to not just be like add to cart. But I do think it's weird that my kids have gotten to be this old without really being involved in present buying. And when I feel like back when I was a kid, I really was buying my mother a little drummer boy candle holder for $2 at the PTA Christmas shop. But I think that's an important thing for kids to get to do.
Yeah, and I also think it's because your youngest is a girl. Not to be too like gendered about it, but I definitely think that's something that I was always really interested in, and my sisters were really interested in. Like, and it's still that way. I have a sister-in-law who's amazing and a great person, but even for birthdays, Christmas, whatever, I would always get a lovely gift, like something I'd mentioned during the year. It was something I was interested in. I mean, like a home run present. And then at some point I could tell, I wasn't involved in this conversation, but somewhere behind the scenes, there was clearly a conversation at some point where my sister-in-law told my brother, I'm maybe doing a little too much. I'm buying all the gifts for my family. You take over buying gifts for your family.
Uh-oh.
At which point the gifts went from like and forgiveness. I'm still very thankful for whatever I got, but these gifts were just pretty much like the Barnes and Noble checkout line gifts, like that. It would just be a package of like
chutneys,
playing cards, a chutney, and then like a notebook that said like never stop believing. And it just so random. And I do think that although this is not true across the board and gender represents itself in many different ways and many different people, there is overall a gender divide among being interested in gift giving.
Oh, yes.
And so your youngest is a girl, and she's probably ready to do that.
And you're right.
Now.
She's ready. And so therefore.
But your boys won't be ready at 45. They'll just be like, oh my God, I'm supposed to get my sister something. Here's a candle, and here's a pack of playing cards with a picture of a minion on them. Done.
One year, my husband, we exchanged presents with his family on December 23rd, and I got him something that I thought was very nice. So, you know what? It was Bose noise-canceling headphones because he was traveling abroad a lot at that time. So Classic. I got him Bose headphones, and everybody was like, oh, cool, what a nice gift. And he was like, Amy's gift, it is still in the works. And you could just tell from the look on his face, have not begun to consider, right? So Christmas morning, there's a big box under the tree. It was a pajamagram. He got me a pajamagram because I think panic, turn on the TV. There was an ad for pajamagram. It was
the first Christmas I was married. We were with his parents, and my sweet beloved husband, I had gotten him again. I can't remember what it was, but something, fairly thoughtful. And then he very proudly presented me with my gift, which was a backpack for like holding baby items. Like it was like basically a backpack diaper bag. And I yelled at him for like 6 hours basically over this horrible backpack. And he was so confused. Like he's like, but you always complain about how hard it is to keep the baby stuff straight. So I thought this backpack diaper bag would make your life easier. And
no, it would make the baby's life easier.
It just was so hard to explain to him what was wrong with that gift. And then, of course, I ended up feeling like an ingrate, and he ended up feeling terrible, and it ended up just being a horrible dynamic. But yeah, guys and gift giving, it's not always a home run.
No, it's not always the home run.
Right. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to break. We're going to take our first break and share this little comedy piece with you, and we'll be right back.
Every kid down in Kidville liked Christmas a lot, but the mom, who was just north of 40, did not. The mom hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season, and you needn't ask why, because there were 50 reasons. It could be her paperboy hadn't been paid. It could be that teachers' gifts must be handmade. But I think that the reason her Christmas felt wrong may have been that her list was 3 miles too long. It was 15:15 dawn, all the kids still abed, and the dad still a snooze when she picked up her head, with no thought of sleeping, with no thought of self, with no thought of naught but the elf on the shelf, who must be arranged in a naughty tableau requiring popsicle sticks and fake snow and a tiny jackknife. Did that even exist? Perhaps it was no surprise this mom was pissed. "This is nuts," she said then, standing in her dark kitchen. "I'm done with the Rudolph and Dancer and Blitzen. My husband can do it this year, or gee whiz, he's gonna find out what a nutcracker is." But then she felt sad, 'cause he was a good guy, and she still hadn't answered the question of why. Why did she bother? Where had it gone wrong? Whither the Christmas of good cheer and song? And the mom, with her bare feet ice cold on the floor, stood puzzling and puzzling. What is Christmas for? If there were no packages, boxes, or bows, my kids would wake up and say, "This really blows." And I mean, they'd be right. Then I'm stuck in the middle. So what's the solution to this Yuletide riddle? And she puzzled 10 minutes, till her coffee was cold. Then she had inspiration. What if I broke the mold? What if Christmas, she thought, wasn't all done by me? And instead of 18 gifts, my kids each got 3. And maybe they're wrapped well and maybe they're not. And the elf on the shelf stays in one place and rots. And what happened then? Well, on Facebook they say that mother's trim waist grew 3 sizes that day, 'cause she ate all the cookies she'd made to exchange. But instead she just ate them. And here's what's most strange. The world kept revolving, a blue and green ball. And that nice mother had the best Christmas of all.
Hellions, it's time for some spring cleaning, and I don't just mean the coat closets. Doing your financial spring cleaning can actually be super easy when you let Monarch do your financial spring cleaning for you. One dashboard that gets your entire financial life organized. No more clutter, no more mess, no more logins scattered everywhere, just accounts, investments, property, and more, all in one place. Get your first year of Monarch for half off, just $50 with promo code FRESH. Monarch allows you to look not only at what you've already spent, but also to plan for the future. With Monarch, you can set savings goals, plan for big purchases, and notice spending trends before they become a problem. I can generate cash flow reports that show me what we spent this quarter, this month, what we're probably going to spend next month, and feel prepared, organized, and knowing how to plan for the future. No more surprises and a lot more clarity. Try Monarch. Use code FRESH at monarch.com to get your first year half off at just $50. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code FRESH. My favorite skincare products actually feel more like self-care, like they're so nice to put on and they smell so good that I'm actually happy when I get to that part of my day. And I swear that is how I feel about Osea's anti-aging body balm.
Amy, you are usually the lotions and potions queen on this podcast, but I have to say, hard agree.
Osea's anti-aging body balm is a liquid silk body balm that combines the lasting hydration of a lotion with the firming power of a serum, leaving skin smoother and firmer.
This body balm is clinically tested and designed to deliver visible results you can see and feel.
So we've gotten to use this product for a couple of months now, and I swear I have really noticed firmer and smoother skin, like on the back of my hands. It's like getting a mini spa treatment from head to toe.
Get a spring-worthy glow with clean, clinically tested skincare from Osea. And right now, we have a special discount just for our listeners.
Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code FRESH at OseaMalibu.com.
That's 10% off your first order with code FRESH at OSEAMalibu.com. Amy, when I'm having a good hair day, it usually makes my whole day better. And that's why on every day, I'm taking Nutrafol.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's the #1 hair growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are peer-reviewed, NSF certified for sport, and clinically tested.
Nutrafol offers multiple formulas for men and women tailored to different life stages and lifestyle factors, so you get support that's actually right for you. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine is easy. Order online, no prescription needed, with automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you on track.
Let your hair be one less thing to worry about. See visibly thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol.
For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code LAUGHING.
That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code LAUGHING.
Okay, we're back.
I have a tip for you with the whole family gift giving thing being over the top, because I'm like you said, I'm also Irish Catholic and huge family. I'm the oldest of 25 first cousins, and now my kids have 16 cousins, and like I have 5 siblings and lots. So we have always done sort of Secret Santa, where we buy one sibling a gift, where the cousins pick one name out and send one gift, and my extended family, like my mother's family, which is 8 children, their spouses, and 25 grown first cousins and their spouses, we now each do like a gag gift thing, and then we each put in $40, and whoever goes to this Christmas party, so it ends up being like $1,000 or more, and one charity gets drawn out of a hat, and it has to be a charity that is not, that you can't disagree with, right? That nobody could disagree with. Okay. And so not political in nature, or controversial, I guess. And then the money goes to that charity. And so we have found ways to sort of cut down on the number of gifts. And the Secret Santa thing, the kids are really into having that one person to buy for, and nobody can know, and it has to be secret. And they get into that, and then they have many, many fewer junky presents.
Well, that's so we do gift exchange. So my siblings and I and our spouses do a rotating gift exchange. So I only buy for one of my siblings. I fought to institute sibling gift exchange in my husband's family, which I feel like was somewhat controversial, but has now become the law of the land. But my argument is, like, we all 6 could exchange $20 useless gifts to each other, or we could pool those resources, and I think our limit is like $75 or $100, get one nice present for somebody, one thing they might actually use and enjoy, versus like the t-shirt that says like, I can't feel my face when I'm with you, with like a gingerbread man with his face bitten off, like, which is amusing, but it's just like, you don't need a dozen of those presents every year.
No.
And so the gift exchange is crucial, especially as the numbers and being married and the everything starts multiplying. We have not yet done it with the nieces and nephews, and there's always sort of talk about it and like, oh, let's buy less this year. They don't need as much stuff. I think because the kids are so young, it's difficult. They don't have any ownership over the gift giving. Like my sister has little kids, I have little kids, and so
I think that might be part of it. They need to be old enough to have some ownership of it before that seems interesting. But the gift exchanges can kind of fall apart too when they just turn into, let's hand each other $50 gift cards, right? My husband's family, we had a Secret Santa exchange in that family as well. And they just decided to stop doing it because it just was like, this is preposterous. Here's your Lowe's gift card. Thank you. Here's your, I don't know, J. Crew gift card. Thank you. We were literally exchanging gift cards. It was the stupidest thing. And just too dispiriting. So now so it went from let's all exchange gifts to let's have a Secret Santa to like, you know what, let's just skip the whole thing, which maybe is
well, and that
I think is a good thing.
I think is a good, in terms of a takeaway, let the laws of holiday attrition work in your favor.
Oh, I like that.
Like if things start falling away, don't fight to get them back. Like if you start to see like, this is ridiculous, this exchange of gift cards, which every single person is nodding and being like, yes, I have seen that happen. just be like, this was so great, but like, let's let this fall away. Like, lean into the holiday attrition, because there's going to be a million things that take its place.
We still have that party with that side of the family, and we do silly things like we put on like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with sing-along words at the bottom, and Aunt Carol, brings holiday lollipops, and we all sit there and sing along with the kids, and the gift exchange for the adults is certainly not missed at all.
You guys are a fun family. Look at you singing along.
Know.
Again, a theme emerges from a lot of our conversations, which is like priorities. What are you prioritizing for the holidays? And I think as we've gotten older, I've seen that people are really prioritizing family time, being together, time together with family. And that what is a lesser priority is the great crap exchange that sometimes feels like it has to accompany that.
Right.
And that is where I think you can sort of weed that out. But then for people, I know in my family, as the grown people, I have been somewhat loudly advocating for gift-free Christmas, that I would love to do my side of the family's holiday gift-free. And it's too controversial. People feel like, I know that some people feel that it brings them a lot of personal joy to find the perfect gift for each other, and they like that time of remembering each other and exchanging the gifts. And I see that. And so I think you have to be able to meet in the middle about what works for everybody. But
I feel like gift-free Christmases just come back to make me feel bad. It might be so petty of me, but there've been more than one Christmas where my husband and I are like, let's not buy each other stuff. It's silly. It's dumb. He'll just get me a pajamagram. It's fine. Let's just skip it.
Is he still getting you pajamagrams?
No, and he'll never live that down. No, but he's moved on. But he wants to get me something.
I see you pajamagram, and I raise you diaper backpack. But okay.
But like it's. I want to open something, and it could cost $5. It could be a nice pair of socks. It really could. But something that I didn't pick out, that I didn't wrap, and that I didn't give like disgustingly specific URL,
right,
quote unquote, hints about, right? Like, I just thought you'd like this thing. And I don't. And so gift-free exchanges can get I think you're kind of a bummer when you don't get anything that's a surprise.
Yeah. And I'm talking about gift-free in terms of like, we have our nuclear family, my husband, myself, and our kids. Then we have 3 other families. We have my family, my husband's mom's family, and my husband's dad's family. And so it's just as you start moving out in those layers, like, do we need 4 exchanges of gifts? Do we need all of those presents? That's where I start to feel like, is there a way for us to sort of say, and if we go to see my parents, as we'll do right after Christmas at our house, that's where I'm sort of like, this could probably go gift free. We've already had Christmas. We've already had a big exchange of presents. Do we then need to go to your house and start the present exchange all over again? And then do we need to go to David's mom's house and start the present exchange? And then should we go to David's dad's family and start exchanging the presents? It seems like too many presents, period. But who do you leave out? Who do you block out of the exchange? It's too complicated. And so we just kind of keep moving through it.
All my kids learned to swim when they were little. It was super important to me that they be confident and safe in the water. There was only one problem with that: taking them to swim lessons. I mean, the pools were freezing. There were always cranky adults doing laps right there. And it was definitely not, for any of us, what you would call fun.
Amy, heard. But now there's Goldfish Swim School. Goldfish takes a really thoughtful approach to swim lessons, combining research-based teaching with a warm, kid-friendly environment that actually helps kids thrive in the water.
Every detail at Goldfish is thoughtfully designed to create a golden experience, from shiver-free, warm indoor pools to comfy waiting areas for parents to professionally trained lifeguards on deck.
Goldfish uses an approach called the science of swim play, which combines guided play with proven teaching techniques to help kids learn to swim, build water safety skills, and gain confidence, all at their own pace. Lessons are designed to meet kids exactly where they're at.
If you've been thinking about swim lessons or just wondering where to start, this is a great opportunity. Right now, Goldfish Swim School is offering a waived membership plus your child's first lesson free at participating locations.
Just visit goldfishswimschool.com/free to find a location near you and enroll using promo code FREE.
That's goldfishswimschool.com/free, promo code FREE.
You know that thing where you get an amazing pair of shoes at a really great price and want to tell everyone about it? Yeah, so do we. Here at Designer Shoe Warehouse, we'll give you something to brag about, like the latest styles from brands you love, or the trends everyone's obsessing over, or shoes that make you feel like, well, you. So go ahead, show off a little. Find shoes that get you at prices that get your budget. Head to your DSW store or DSW.com today. DSW. Let us surprise you.
So let's come up with some ways that we can. What did you say before about lean into the holiday attrition? What did you?
Yeah.
Something
Go
like
with
that.
holiday attrition. So if you see, like this is the thing. If you used to exchange 20 presents and now you exchange 7, go for 6. Don't go for 12. Keep moving in the right direction with less.
Do you send holiday cards?
I do send holiday cards, and I like sending holiday cards, and I do.
I do too. And I enjoy sending them. It's a little stressful, right, to start thinking in September or October, do we scheduling the photo shoot, which I've stopped doing that. Now I just manage to sort of crib through the year a good shot of each of my kids individually and stick it on the card. We don't appear in the card. My husband has very strong feelings that the grown-up should not appear on the Christmas. There should not be a picture of yourself on your Christmas card, just your kids. He feels very strongly
I don't agree in principle,
about that.
but I like where he's coming from.
Yeah.
It's easy now. I just go online, make a card, send it out. If there's people I haven't seen, I'll drop a note on the back of some of them. I shouldn't say that.
Right.
Now the people who get them without notes are like, you don't really
I didn't
love
get a
me.
note.
The love measurers out there. The one tradition that I've started that I'm a little kicking myself is I do a calendar every year with pictures of the kids, and I give it to everybody in the family. And that's like, it's just one of those things. I did it once, everyone loved it, and now it's sort of become like my job, and that's super labor intensive. And that's the other problem with holidays in general, is that when you do something once, that is your Christmas or holiday tradition. And once you do something once, you got to be really aware. That's why I'm not starting that elf on the shelf. Like,
no,
it's not coming in this house, because we have an advent calendar, which we do. It just like, I don't want to start anything else. We are, the Christmas lifeboat is full and not taking on any more passengers.
That elf on the shelf is so evil. I mean, we have one, and I got the book, and I just read it and said, "Oh hell no, we're not doing that." And so
you never put it up.
No, and I stick the elf on a table or something, but that's it. Like, it doesn't move around at our house. It doesn't have magical powers. He doesn't leave like little footprints through the flower. I mean, do you have friends who do that? I have friends who.
I mean, I don't. I see people on Facebook and Pinterest.
Like they
and stuff,
have to like there's
like,
up at night
doesn't
like
seem fun.
Trailing the toothpaste across the bathroom counter because the elf on the shelf made a mess in the bathroom, and just like wow, that is. No.
It seems kind of adorable to me in a way. Like, I understand how cute it would be for the kids every morning to see it, but yeah, I feel like we're too full up for that.
Nothing that involves creating a mess and then cleaning it up.
Yeah. And like you said, I mean, you are further down the holiday happy train than I am. I mean, I love the holidays and I like the decorating, but I'm very, very aware of like, do not make yourself crazy. I feel like I'm so repelled by the idea of being the like careening crazy person who can't get it done and it's the holidays, and trying to really see my role in it and realize I have a choice in how much I do and how much I commit. And even still, I'm super busy, but I do find myself looking at realizing that everything I do becomes a tradition and trying to fight back a little bit so I'm not miserable. I don't want to be miserable.
That's the other tweetable thing for this week is everything you do will become a tradition. So be careful. It's true. I made a certain kind of cookies that everybody's like, oh, I hope you're bringing those cookies to this party. And the cookies I'm okay with because my kids are into doing it. And it's like we put on the Christmas music and make the cookies. And that feels pretty good. But if it was me by myself, well, everybody else
skip it.
Yeah, then I probably wouldn't do it. But I have a I'll put it on the show notes. It's a recipe for cookies that have like 4 ingredients. They're not even really cookies. They're saltines. Seriously, saltines with butter and sugar and chocolate, and they turn into this like insane, crunchy, salty, sweet
That sounds
stuff
amazing.
that everybody asks me to make them now, and they're not that hard to make. So when you think of Christmases of yore, right, you don't think of the thing from the Sears Roebuck catalog, right? The Sears Roebuck and the JCPenney, like the Wish catalog that you really wanted when you were 9, you don't even remember what it is and if you got it anymore, but you remember that you wore special pajamas and you had a sleepover in the same room.
For sure.
So I think it's worth...
And I do remember some of the gifts, for the record.
You do?
Katie's Country Kitchen. Yeah. And had a ballerina on a stand who spun, and me and my sister got matching puffy, sparkly sweatshirts, and mine had a cat and hers had a moon. I mean, I remember it all. Like I definitely, I mean, they're great. Those are great memories. And I do want to have my kids have that experience of like family and togetherness and Christmas. But I think the gifts are part of that. And I think they are an inseparable part of it for little kids. And I think you can't even ask kids, as I found out reading The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, you can say, oh, listen, Christmas isn't about gifts. It's about, it lives in your heart. But those two things are not separable for my young children.
That's right. That's right.
And that's fine.
But then you can invest in things for like your older kids. My kids are old enough now to sort of say like, yeah, I don't know about this giving and receiving thing, but I'm gonna put this new thing in where you're going to really start considering about gifts for each other. But more importantly, like we do stuff, I read them a Christmas Carol every year. I mean, my kids are old now. We do it sort of over 2 weeks. It's not that onerous. And I love it because I love doing all the voices of the different ghosts and stuff. And they really look forward to that and listen to that. And so I think that if we want to tone down the gift giving and the spending, which I think is a noble goal, then you just have to put the time somewhere else instead, and it's not that hard. Maybe you don't have to read them anything. You can just sit and watch Rudolph and laugh at the abominable snowman or something.
Or be terrified of him.
Oh my God,
couldn't watch nightmare of my youth. No. We were so scared of him. The abominable snowman.
My oldest, he used to say, "I don't like that abominable man."
So I'm going to take a takeaway from what you just said, which is find non-gift related holiday traditions.
Right.
And I do think I see that in my kids. Like they just put the trees up in the little place where we go get our tree, and they're going crazy, so excited to put up the tree, and they're excited to make cookies. And they're not just talking about presents, which I find comforting.
What about the tree? Are you a tree control freak? Like, do you care what it looks like?
No.
Me neither.
That's good. I
Did you expect me to have other thoughts on that?
I'm shocked. I thought you would be like the person like every bulb goes exactly 3 inches apart.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that would be sort of what you'd expect, but no, I really don't care. And all
That's shocking.
And all their
So you have like a whacked out looking tree for real, or do you sneak down at night and do you replace the ornaments after your kids put them out? Tell the truth.
It's getting a little sad. Like now I'm to the point, like, can somebody please come in and put some ornaments in this tree? Like I just get it. We get out all the ornaments, and we put the tree up, and we have a fake tree because again, like I can't deal with the mess. Life's too short. So that's a way I've simplified my life as a fake tree, and then I, have them all hang the ornaments. And of course, the older they are, the less interested they are in participating. But I don't do it. I make them. But
when your kids were little, if they hung like 90 ornaments on one side of the tree, you would just leave it that way?
No, I know.
Yeah. I would say, I'm like, wait a minute. Let me get to the bottom of this story, because there's no way. Yeah. I mean, that's something I definitely see in friends of mine. Like they want the like perfect bulbs and beautiful looking tree. And our tree is like, I made this clay monstrosity and now I'm going to hang it here. And like, that's fine.
Because then your kids have
ownership. I like
that
it looks crazy.
Right?
Yeah. It looks like a kid's Christmas tree.
Right. All the stuff that they have made over the years, all the crazy ornaments from kindergarten are on the tree.
Oh, it's so cute. So I feel like, first of all, I feel that we have to acknowledge that our holiday experience is somewhat unique. We have not touched on like having really bad memories of the holidays, which affects a lot of people. Having a lot of family discord, which makes the holidays extremely stressful and nightmarish for a lot of people. Having not enough finances to even be dealing with like, oh no, the problem of too many presents. So like there's a whole world of holidays that you and I have not discussed today.
It's true.
But these are the holidays we got, and we're just speaking from our experience of what the holidays are. And within that, I feel like we have reached a couple of helpful conclusions. So let's review.
Lean into I still forget, the way you said it was better.
Lean into the holiday attrition.
Lean into the holiday attrition.
When stuff starts to go, don't try to bring it back. Like there's plenty to do. If stuff can be let go of it. There's already too much going on. Be careful of doing anything with the knowledge that whatever you do will become the new holiday tradition.
Yes. But then third is create that holiday tradition that's within your control. Like I make these cookies that take me 10 minutes and now everybody's like, it's not Christmas till Amy gets out those crazy cookies that she makes.
Right. But be careful when those are 96-step cookies.
Right.
Because you're going to have the same problem and you're not going to have the same solution.
Right. Choose wisely and make the tradition that comes out year after year something that's really easy. Like my sister-in-law has this whole thing where like the first time she plays I Don't Need a Lot for Christmas by Mariah Carey, it ushers in the Christmas season. It cuts the ribbons, so to speak. And it's like hilarious and silly and specific, and her kids will be talking about that in 30 years for sure.
Yeah, the things that you remember. And that brings us to a point that you made that I really, really like, which is find as many non-gift related traditions as possible, because truly what your kids will remember is not Katie's Country Kitchen, which was such an awesome gift in
Holly
1978. My Holly Hobby purse. So they'll remember some of the gifts, but a lot of the gifts they won't remember. And but they will remember the traditions. They'll remember the things you did together. And that sounds hokey, but it's actually true.
Right. And you can own that in a way that does make your life easier instead of harder. And I think for older kids, I'm going to say, we'll have to see how it goes since I've never done this before. But I think for older kids, make them own some of it, right? Don't just order everything on Amazon and wrap it after they go to bed. Like let them own buying gifts for each other, thinking about it, shopping for it, wrapping it. Let it be wrapped horribly. Let it not be perfect. Let it be a silly gift choice if it isn't that expensive, and get them involved in that, because I think that's when we get resentful as parents and mothers, when we do 98% of Christmas and it's just this, and then by 11 o'clock it's all just torn wrapping paper and
it's over.
Time to make dinner. Yeah.
And I think that's right. And I think like a lot of conversations we've had, you are underestimating their readiness to do that stuff, probably.
Absolutely.
So like they're probably ready to start doing that at 6, 7, 8, not just at 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, exactly. I'm starting too late, but we'll see how it goes. I have high hopes that it will be fun and memorable for them.
Yeah. And I think it's a good idea to try to find letting some of those non-gift related traditions be service related as well. Like find ways to help out in your community. We do caroling at the senior center. Like there is room within Christmas and the holidays to try to start actually finding that lesson of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Yeah,
did we have a valuable experience caroling at the senior center? And did we have a valuable experience opening that laser blaster? And so we have experiences to compare and start that conversation about why the Who's still had Christmas that will hopefully grow through the years and stop completely befuddling my children.
But manage yourself, Mom. It's okay. Don't take on more than you can handle this holiday season.
Yeah, and don't let, that's so important. And you see it so much, and you don't want your kids' takeaway of the holidays to be like, the holidays make Mom miserable, which is a possibility for all of us that we have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I would hate for that to be. I have a friend who remembers his mother being very upset about the tree not looking right every holiday. That was his primary memory.
And that's something to really just think about. Like, think to yourself, what is the takeaway from the holiday season? And if it's, oh my God, toys, try to dial that back. And if it's Mom's stressed and miserable, try to dial that back. None of these things, everything can go, because you want the takeaway to be, man, that was a great special time with my family.
I hope that's doable.
It's
We'll
doable.
see.
It's doable.
I'm going to try.
I wish we could get the rights to the Who's of Whoville songs. So
2016 Christmas is going to be perfect. It's
just hum
perfect.
it to yourself in your head right now, because we probably can't get the rights for it. Da, 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 da.
Bahu Rahu.
Exactly.
Don't
and
measure
everyone,
love.
Have a happy holidays from What Fresh Hell podcast.
We want to know, how do you manage to handle the holiday craziness? If you have tips for dialing it back and making it more sane, we really want to hear them.
Yeah, so reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is Facebook.com/WhatFreshHellcast. Also tell us about funny holiday traditions you have. We want to hear everything about what's going on at the holidays at your house.
And we'll put all the show notes up from today and my really easy holiday cookies recipe on our show page at whatfreshhellpodcast.com.
Awesome. And you can also find us on Twitter at HellFresh. And please, as your holiday gift to us, go to iTunes and leave a review of the show, because the more people review it, the more people can find it. And we will talk to you again later this month. We're not gone for the year.
No.
But
we're making time for you this holiday season.
Exactly. We're carving out time in our tradition for you. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Special thanks this week to Sean Conroy, who read our poem. You can catch him every week on the Long Shot podcast.